Okay, good morning. Yeah, when Vince asked me to do this, let me have my first cup of coffee first. So now I'm good to go. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming out. I'm Terry Higginbotham. I'm the business consultant for Workforce Solutions. Our offices are just right down the way here, and I encourage everybody after this meeting, if you'd like to, come on by so I can introduce you to some of the folks in there and give you a little bit more information on what we do. But Workforce Solutions in general is we help employers fill their workforce needs, help them stay competitive in the market, as well as help individuals build careers. What I do as a business consultant, I work primarily with employers to find out, just fine-tune those needs. We do labor market information, we do job postings, we use a database called workintexas.com, and these services that we provide, it's paid through prepaid tax dollars. So it's already paid into the system, and we highly encourage everybody to use that. We also, Workforce Solution is contract. We partner with the Texas Workforce Commission, and we work at the will of the Governor and Department of Labor. So we are tax dollars at work. We just don't have anything to do with your individual tax dollars, so don't blame us when you start filing at the end of the year. But we do skills upgrade training. We provide all types of services that's going to help individuals with their skill set to grow, and also help those employers through that. We have these various programs, internships, on-the-job training, skills development funds, skills for small business, et cetera, et cetera. So, and we work hand in hand with the chambers. We work hand in hand with economic development, like with Kim Malonick. Worked a lot with her as new businesses come in. We also help businesses that are laying off with rapid response. But whatever those needs are, we fine-tune that type of service, that customize that solution to fit their needs. This has been very, very great what's going on in Sealy. A lot of growth coming out this way. Just to let you know too, as we're partnering with Projects this weekend for that. They're having a big job fair here in Sealy to help. And I'm a veteran too. I work a lot with veterans, vet-owned businesses to help them to connect. We do a lot of job fairs, seminars. We also do a lot of HR solutions to help HRs to fill their needs where they can do their career development and get credit for it. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. And does anybody have any questions?
What's coming?
What's coming?
What's coming this way?
A lot of growth. When I say a lot of things are coming this way, what we're seeing a lot of that's coming from Katy. You got that Buc-ee's that's coming in. You got that FedEx off 99, a big warehouse. They're going to be hiring over 300 package handlers. They're going to be hiring in July. Buc-ee's is going to be hiring. That's going to be the fourth largest one there. They're going to be hiring in July. We had that good groundbreaking ceremony with Sika Corp. They're coming. So everything's moving out this way. We're getting a lot of vibes of a lot of growth that's coming down the road. We don't know some of them until it's cleared. So there's a lot of businesses coming in. Amazon's coming. I got to do some research. I found out they're coming. I'm just not sure exactly where that's going to be yet. So that's pretty exciting. That's going to create a lot of jobs that's generated this way. And what we're seeing in a nutshell, I know what I'm seeing is there's a lot of movement coming this way as far as they built that subdivision out there by the RV, Ron's RV, and there's a lot of people already circulating around there trying to figure out where they want to live and where they want to work. So we're getting a lot of that type of buzz that's coming even through Sealy, because they know Projects is hiring. They know Seek is coming. It's going to take a while for that too. So people are getting more or less prepared for that. But if there's anything else that we can do and stay in contact, like I said, is we do tax dollars. Tax dollars pays for our services. We're not the unemployment office. The unemployment is handled through Texas Workforce Commission, and that's what we try to do is dispel those myths, because we help everybody fit that need. We link you up to those resources. Yeah, you come to Workforce Solutions, you file, but we help with that direction. Every Workforce Solutions Center has a bank of computers that anybody can come in and use, and it's for anybody. It's not just for people that are laid off or unemployed. We have people come in that want a career change. We have vets that come in that need assistance. So we help them go through that maze, connect to those type of resources that's going to help them ease that burden while they're transitioning. Same as an employer. Yes, Larry.
In regards to her question about what's coming here, Amazon is going to be located, if you know where Rooms to Go is, the Woods exit there. On the opposite side of the freeway, the north side is where they've already started doing dirt work there this past weekend. But that's where Amazon's going to be at, that whole acreage.
It's going to be there? Good.
And in regards to what's coming here, the philosophy businesses are doing nowadays is to do due diligence. They will not sign the paperwork to purchase the property until all the plans are approved, stormwater is taken care of, everything that's possibly necessary for a building. They don't want to purchase something and then they've got a problem. So they go
Right.
ahead and they get all those issues taken care of ahead of time. So that's why there's a lot of things that are going on in this Sealy area and in Sealy proper that it's just a matter of time. It's like with Sitka. Once Sitka's issues were taken care of, they made the announcement, they bought the land and they started breaking ground. They do not play around after that, but all the work's done ahead of time now. It's not like what it used to be. Well, I'll buy the land and I'll wait 2 or 3 years or a year to go in and go through the plans and all the other stuff. They come to the city and they say, hey, here's what I want. What else do I need to do to make it happen? But there's probably every direction of Sealy, there's something going on.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that they do whenever they deal with Kim
Yeah.
Malonick with economic
Yep.
development or myself, is that you have to sign a non-disclosure
Non-disclosure.
agreement. So you can't say anything. All you can say is there's stuff going on, but you can't say it until they say you can say it. You can say
Yeah.
it. So but I can tell you a lot of activities happening here. We were just rated one of the top 3 cities in West Houston for manufacturing by a national magazine a couple months ago. It was us, Rosenberg, and Katie. So things are happening. Very positive things are happening.
Yeah, and once those get released, that's where we come to the table and provide those additional resources, because it's so important for businesses to have all that information that's available that's going to impact their bottom line. And they use other types of services too, but how do we connect all those pieces to make sure that the right decision is being made for that company to succeed as well too. So that's where we come into play on a lot of those type of issues. Right now too, we just let everybody know is we're doing right now we're summer youth. We're looking for employers who want to hire youth, ages from 16 to 24. So if you're interested, I'd love to talk with you offline too. Again, it's connecting to grow that skill set, because as we go along, there's 5 generations right now, soon to be 6 in the workplace. How do they connect together is very, very key to succeed. We're getting a lot of smaller businesses with the millennials, the younger that are growing businesses. But how do you connect all those pieces? That's what we do with that. We got work experience too, is very, very big, where Workforce Solutions will pay their hourly wage for up to 6 weeks for a youth to gain experience with an employer. And that employer may want to hire them on full time, or it may be just for the summer. So again, we're educating, but bringing that skill set level up to speed and get individuals work ready so they can walk into it after they graduate, or even college students that are coming back to help them connect to those resources. Yes, sir.
Can you touch on how, let's say there's an employer that has existing employees and needs skills upgrade training for those employees to remain competitive?
Yes, for skills upgrade, we got the programs Skills Development Fund and Skills for Small Business, based on the sizes of the company, where an employer can apply with that with the state. We broker all those resources to where they can actually qualify. If they need a certification, they partner with a community college. Blend is one of our partners. A lot of the community colleges in and around is whatever that skill set is, that employer will help build that training plan, or they may already have it, where they can go to school while that individual is working. They can go to school and get that certification. In each of these, Skills Development Fund and Skills for Small Business, the money gets paid directly to the college for that skills upgrade per individual. It's like $1,495, $495 for the year. That employer can use it. At the end of the year, it rolls back into the fund. But if sending that person to school for that, it's no cost to the employer, because the money is already paid for. It's not out of pocket. So these are those type of programs that we're always thinking of, that Texas Workforce Commission and the governor is always thinking of. How do we grow? How do we sustain a good, solid workforce, but how do we grow business here for the employers? Because without employers, we're not going to have that that right mix, and we just want to make sure that we stay competitive, because small business is what drives the train in the U.S., and we want to keep that going to make sure every need is met.
Question, Terry.
Yes, sir.
If a young man wants to, say, come talk to you about employment, is there a specific area that your office focuses on? Are you strictly in the Sealy area?
We cover 13 counties in the Gulf Coast region. There is 19 business consultants that we cover. We are in all the workforce centers. We have 25 workforce solution centers throughout. Anybody can go to any of the centers. Like I said, they're set up based the same way. Some are larger than others, but you have bank of computers where you go in and you can talk to an employment counselor. They'll find out what their needs are. What is it that they need? And help do job search. Look for those employers. We help with resume writing, mock interviews. We even have money for help single parents with child care. They qualify for that. Self-sufficiency, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of those programs, connecting those pieces to find out what their needs are. We help everybody from beginning, just to get them up to help grow that skill set. We work with every chamber, Economic Development Council. We're on a lot of the boards. So we help big business all the way down to what I call mom and pop shops. So whatever that need is, those posters you have in there, we can send them to you for free. So you don't have to pay for them. Texas Workforce Commission provides that. That system, again, is what is the workforce need? If we can't provide it, we know who to go to and refer you to them. It could be, wage, like I said, or wage claims. I had an employer complain about, I'll give this example, and I thought it was very unique, small business. A lady fired somebody, and he says, well, I'm going to sue you. She freaked. She called me, she was freaking out. And she was saying, oh no, I'm being sued. She heard the word sue. She's trying to run a small business. She said, I can't afford a lawyer, this and that, so she called us. Well, getting down to it, finding out, connecting her to those resources, explaining to her what her steps were, and knowing the fact that, people, if they're going to sue, they're going to try to sue, but knowing that she did not have to go out and find that lawyer. Even the Texas Workforce Commission, there's a number that you can call and talk to a lawyer, but we gave her the guidelines of how does Texas operate in business here. Being at an at-will state is, okay, as long as you have these documents, did you do your due diligence and keep a track record on the individual? You treat everybody the same. What was your operation procedures? What they look like? Did you have certain things in there that you need that's going to keep you from that? And she did. So again, it's giving that information to where that employer can focus on what they need to do to stay competitive. And then she calmed down. She didn't really worry so much. So, and we have I'd be more than happy to give y'all a handbook. We have a handbook that covers anything and everything out there. Yes, sir.
Free job listings on Work in Texas.
Yes. An employer on workintexas.com, that database I mentioned earlier, an employer, what they do is they get registered in the system, and you can actually post jobs in there at no cost. And what it does is we help you through that process to where you can list that job description, and it matches to the skill sets of the individuals. They get notified, and you get notified of saying this person's interested in applying for this job. So again, it is one tool. It's basically like a job bank is what it is. But it's a tool to where that employer gives us all the information that they need, and we help them go through that process. And we also help recruit and screen that individual as well. No additional cost. We're not a staffing agency. But the point of it is we connect all those pieces to where we help you get that right candidate, if possible. And when I say if possible, sometimes it's just trying to get that person to take that next step. I did an interview one time, person came in sweats. A business, It was a lady. Are you serious? So again, we try to help them get work ready.
Good job.
What about, so we kind of visited on advocacy with you
Yeah.
helping find resources and so forth in the community. What about, we're volunteer based?
Yes.
With CASA for Kids.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any sort of resources that you guys offer, connection, or
Yes,
nonprofits?
what we do is find out what that need is, what you're looking for, and we have to go more in depth. But even as a nonprofit, we work with nonprofits. We work with everybody that's focused on to connect that network. There could be some things that we partner with you, and we'll need to talk more because Texas Workforce Commission works a lot with a lot of nonprofits and especially a lot of the agencies like yours. We can refer people. Again, there's many different ways of looking at it. The key of it is we got to define how can we partner better with you, every organization. Okay, and then link you up. If there's any type of, we can even get grants approved through our local workforce board. Our local workforce board is Houston Galveston Area Council. So again, finding out what that need is, and then we streamline, we customize it to fit that need. We'll definitely have to talk more because I'm very interested in and curious of everything that you do to where we can connect you. We work a lot with the Texas Vet Commission. I used to be a vet rep for the state of Wyoming. I'm retired Air Force, 26 years. I'm a combat vet, and the reason why I let people know that because networking is powerful, and a lot of people have certain needs, and knowing who to talk to is very, very key, very, very crucial.
Larry was sitting here. Terry works real close with Kim Malonick over at the Economic Development
Yes.
Corporation, and something that they do together is host job fairs. Had one last year, was very successful. Do you have anything you want to add on that? Or?
Yeah, we got one, and I mentioned a little bit earlier, yeah, we're working with those job fairs. We can tailor that job fair to your needs. That is an option. We're working with projects this weekend, job fair. Again, we're the extended HR arm at no additional cost. We do a lot of the job fairs. We advertise it in the community. We blast that out through whole the Gulf Coast region to find out what that need is. You can use our spaces, and a lot of times we partner with Blinn or the community colleges. Just find out if it's a big one. We may have to look elsewhere because of the size of our office. But again, you can come in and use our spaces at no additional cost. So again, job fairs, seminars, symposiums. We love to do all those to find out, to develop that plan that's going to help that business or that individual.
How many employers did y'all have at the last multi-employer job fair?
We did which one?
Okay.
we do the veteran hiring Red, White, and U. We had over 158 employers there. We're doing a transition job fair that's in town for some of the school districts there. We have 95 employers there. The one big employer we had here, we had over 430 applicants come in, actually, which is the largest one that we've ever done for that big employer, SNC. So a lot of our job fairs, again, we can customize them to fit that need. I've had one employer, we get anywhere, a lot of our job fairs, we'll get anywhere from 150. Then that 400 plus, man, that was great. So that's kind of the range that we get. It's how we market it, and we use every social media outlet possible. We have a Facebook, Twitter. We email blast our job seekers that are in our system. We use the Texas Vet Commission, who's a partner too. They cover a lot of the veteran organizations. So again, we bring all that together to find out and meet that need. Is that any other questions? I'd be more than happy to talk to you offline.
Great job.
Yeah, come on down and see us after this if you have a few minutes. I'd like to introduce you to the staff.